In the previous video, I showed how I made 1.9 million naira from a particular e-store, right? This 1.9 million was a combination of sales made on the Shopify store for that particular business and WhatsApp sales, okay? Now, in that particular video, I showed you guys that I spent only $74.25 running Instagram ads. I got some interesting comments. Some people said that I spent 135,000 to make almost 2 million. That's a good ROAS, which is true because when you calculate the ROAS, which is return on advertising spend, the ROAS is about 1471. They're about 14.71. And I have a ROAS calculator that actually shows me this number. If you want to get this ROAS calculator, it's in the description. But now let's talk about September. What worked well? What didn't work well? And the key thing about this video is I'm going to do a proper deep dive as to how I set up my Instagram ad strategy this month. Now, with that in mind, let me first start by saying how much was spent in the month of September. So the month of September, we spent more money, right? We're going towards the gifting period of the year. We're going towards the almighty Q4 where everybody's wallets are a bit open, a bit looser, things like that. And a lot of other brands or businesses that also play in this particular niche that this store is in have begun to start running ads. This particular month, we spent $178 for Instagram ads. This was split across, I believe, 5 to 6 ads. Now, within those 5 to 6 ads, only 3 were centered towards driving traffic to our store. The remaining 2 ads, one was for a giveaway and one was for promoting the social media page for this particular store. So out of the $178 that was spent, or 179, approximately 123 of those dollars were geared towards driving traffic towards the e-store. Out of that $123 that was spent, around $72 to $73 was focused on one traffic campaign, right? And this traffic campaign was a cold traffic campaign. So people that have never heard of my business before, people that have never visited the website, people that have never visited the social media page, things like that. This traffic campaign was geared towards that audience. And we spent $72 pursuing that particular audience. And if you look at this, the average cost per click was 4 cents, which is about 68 naira. Now, so for the sales campaign ads, we spent about $51 to $52 across 2 campaigns, and the average cost per conversion was $1.47, which is about 2,500 naira. Now, depending on your product, depending on how you've calculated your profit margins, depending on the cost of goods, all those amazing things, 2,500 naira added on top as a marketing spend shouldn't be a lot of money, depending on your product. I don't know what you're selling, but that's typically it. For us in this particular business, spending 2,500 naira to get one customer, it's not a lot of money. It kind of makes sense. When I say cost per conversion, I've not shown you guys, I didn't tell you guys the exact conversion. Now, the conversion that I always work with for this particular store is adding payment info, not purchase. And I'll explain why. When you add the payment info, it then takes you to, again, this particular store, it takes you to a pay stack page, right? Now, what we've noticed in the past, I'll probably say in the last 3 years, most people, when they get to that pay stack landing page, they will then come back and send a DM, send a WhatsApp message, or send an email. There's just that friction when it's time to exchange money that most people just come and reach out to us on WhatsApp, or reach out to us via DM, or reach out to us via email and say, hi, I would like to place this order. Is there a way that I can talk to somebody? Can I confirm if this is available? Can I do a transfer? All these amazing things. And one thing I've come to understand is it's pretty much down to security, down to trust. Some people, once they hear your voice, once they see that somebody's there to respond to them, once they see that there's actually a human being at the other side of that email, at the other side of that WhatsApp phone number, at the other side of that Instagram DM, all of a sudden they don't mind purchasing. Once you're able to answer their questions, once you're able to prove that you're an existing business, they don't mind. So that's why we focus on our conversions as add payment info, right? Because anybody that is willing to add payment info, at that point, is either one or two things. They wanted to see the price, the final price of the product, or they were willing to pay, and then they were like, I'm in Nigeria, I don't know what this thing is, this scam. That's pretty much how it works. So now we've looked at the ads strategy side of things for September. Let's look at other things. The good thing is this particular month, September, we had 26 orders. You know, the previous month we had 17. So we've had more orders. We've almost averaged 1 order a day. Okay? Remember, I told you guys in the last video that you want to average a minimum of 5 to 10 orders. The challenge is when you calculate how many orders you make via WhatsApp and your e-store, it should come to that 5 to 10 orders. Nigeria is a special case. Most people, they will rather chat with you on WhatsApp and ask you so many different questions that you've already answered. They just want to be sure that they understand what you are saying and you too understand what you are saying. So bear with them and answer the questions. Don't be upset. I tell myself this all the time. But that's the first thing, right? We had more orders. Obviously, we spent more money on ads, so naturally, we had more traffic to our website, obviously. If you look at the conversion rate, it's a bit better. I think the last one was 0.4. This one is 0.6, right? The conversion rate, it got better from 0.4 to 0.6. At least it's some form of progress, all right? Now let's look at the sales figures. In terms of the e-store itself, this particular store generated 1,308,500 naira, and that was lower than last month. Then on WhatsApp, we generated 416,500. So obviously we made more money on WhatsApp, okay? And this is because we spent more money on ads. Naturally, the majority of the new people that we started to meet when we were running our ads started to send us WhatsApp messages to verify if we were legit, right? That's where the whole traffic campaign, sales campaign, all those things, that's where they lead to, basically, right? So in total, this particular store made in the month of September 1,725,000 naira, which is not too bad. I think when it comes to ROAS, when you calculate the ROAS, it still gave a ROAS of 8.25, I believe. And when it comes to ROAS, for everyone, remember, I've not told you people this in case you're new on this channel, but for every 1 naira you put, you want to make a minimum of 4 naira back, a minimum. So this time around, we put 1 naira and we made 8 back, which is good. Now, this is a disclaimer that I'm going to keep on adding to this particular store. This store is very low maintenance. This store is very low management. I spend approximately less than 2 hours a day. Let me change that so I don't lie. I spend less than 3 hours a day on this store. 3 hours isn't too much. Honestly, I actually spend less than 2 hours a day on this store. Maybe weekends I spend a bit more time, probably like 3 hours just to clean things up, tidy a few things, make some changes here and there, all of that. But yeah, that's how much I spend. What you should find interesting is this particular store made almost 2 million naira again. I'll say that even is 1.7. Made almost 2 million naira, and we spent about 209,000 naira on ads. That's good, isn't it? I think that's good. What do you think? It's good, right? But the crazy bit is, in the past 2 months, we've made almost 4 million naira, 3.66 actually, spending 340,000 naira on ads. In this particular video I'm about to show you, I spent $4,000 on Instagram ads and I made 24 million naira back. Watch this video. This is where I explain my step-by-step guide explicitly.